So plant your flag. Who are you? Team JJ? You team Cade? What's your where you at?
Mm, I'm going back and forth a lot on this,
It's tough,
and
man.
like I'm truly am torn, and I'm going to shock some people. I'm going to go Team Cade. I'm going to go Team
Really?
Cade,
So you
and
say start Cade from game one, and outside of a loss or an absolute meltdown, which we know Cade will do. There are some things we can definitely predict with him. Meltdown's not one of them. So you're
right,
saying from game one, basically Cade's going to start the whole season.
yeah, I say start Cade, and yeah, I think you have to start Cade because you know who he is, and I don't say that easily, guys. I realize the potential that JJ has, and I also realize that the trajectory of this program is higher with JJ. But in reality, it's that's all potential and hope and maybe, right? Because we've seen a lot of look, JJ McCarthy's not the only highly rated, talented quarterback to play at a big time program. This happens every year. And sometimes you think a kid has all the goods and he never quite puts it together. And I'm not saying that's JJ McCarthy. But I'm saying it's just as much of a possibility as it is, if more so. It's more of a bust rate for highly rated quarterbacks panning out than there are for them truly realizing their potential. So there's a very good chance that he never quite puts it all together. And I guess I just rather go with who I know what they can do. And it was damn good last year. And I'm willing to give it a shot and throw the ball out there and let's see what happens. Because if you think about this too, Des, you said this a lot last year. You said that you know what I'm really not sure. Remember we brought up the question like, did we see the cap of what Cade McNamara can do? And I believe your
Correct.
rebuttal to that was you weren't sure because of the lack of expansion in the passing game for a majority of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Cade's best statistical game to me was at MSU. It was a loss, but Cade played fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
He made big time throws all over the place. He was not the reason why the team lost. Ironically, the team lost due to their defense and not being able to get literally being up 16 points and allowing two-point conversions, a fourth down conversion. It was ridiculous. But Cade McNamara played his butt off. Cade
Well, and then
McNamara,
you also think of the turnover. The fumble happened. That was JJ. That
that
was
was,
what I mean. Like
that was JJ.
that wasn't Cade.
Right. Who made the big time throw at Penn State? That was Cade McNamara.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the hotness and the sexiness and of the explosive dynamic quarterback in terms of potential, but just be careful what you ask for. And I think I'm more willing to go with the safer route in Cade with the thought that maybe there's more there if they're willing to expand the playbook more earlier this year compared to last year.
Yeah, it's. I think I agree with you. I think it is difficult, but I think my concern would be Michigan had a historic season last year, and I think teams are going to try to really load up on the run this year. And if Michigan doesn't run the ball successfully, you're going to have to put a lot more pressure on Cade. Now, it was rare for him to be in a situation last year where it was a pass only situation. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it was you're still in a very manageable down and distance. The score never really got away from you. Outside of the CFP, score never got away from you. Even in the Michigan State game, that was nip and tuck the whole entire game. So it was never outside of that last drive. It was never we have to throw the ball. And I think team defenses are going to try to do their best to load up on the run and for me, I am Team JJ because I think the offense is going to have to carry a little more load than what they did last year. I think they did a really good job of time of possession. Hassan Haskins, I'm pretty sure he had 0 fumbles in the season. If I'm not mistaken, somebody can double check it. But I mean, ball security was incredible. Obviously Cade didn't turn it over a lot, but I just think that you're going to need more points in order to get to where you want to be. I think that defense last year was phenomenal. Obviously, the highly drafted 3 guys. You had Aiden, who was really high draft pick number 2, I believe. Ojabo, Daxton Hill. Those guys were major contributors, especially Aiden. Obviously, everybody knows the season he had, and I just don't see that production just being substituted just no matter what in the defense, just picking up exactly where they left off last year with a new defensive coordinator. I get he probably is going to run a similar system and things like that, but it's still going to be different. I believe this is his first time being a defensive coordinator, so it takes some time to really get your rhythm in being a play caller as a defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator. So I think it's going to take some time, but I just think there's no way you replace a Aiden Hutchinson. There's no way you replace a David Ojabo. You just don't replace a Daxton Hill. You do your best to get guys in there, but for that reason, I'm Team JJ.